Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm in the middle of straightening my hair. I really want to talk about something that has been going on with me, and I don't know, like, I want your opinion, you know what I mean? I want all sorts of opinion, good, bad, maybe if I'm like freaking out or if I'm just overthinking it, you know, it could probably just be me. But this video is gonna be all the things I've experienced living in my apartment since day one. I have an open mind to like our sixth sense, if that makes sense. I am open to like hearing things, seeing things. If I were to like see something freaky or hear something freaky, my mind is open to it, you know. Yeah, I will freak out, but in the moment, like, I would wonder like who is trying to come in contact with me, or even if I'm just like freaking myself out, you know. But I want to know how the story of La Llorona works, because they say like you can hear her anywhere, even if it's not anywhere near where La Llorona would be at, right? Because I remember the first year, this was maybe like the first few months I was living here. I would put my son to sleep in his room, and one night I was putting my son to sleep. His bed is near his window because that's like the only area I know it would fit at. For some reason, like, he was already knocked out. I swear to God, you guys, I swear to God, on my kid's life, I heard a woman scream outside, but it was like distant. But it was as if it was distant, but not so close to the window, but it was like close to the window. So it was like close, but not that far away to where I heard it. And it was loud enough to where I thought my son heard it. And I'm like, my dumbass instinct, instead of like waking up my husband, going to check on my husband to tell him what happened, my dumbass looked out the window. But it was like this, very gently. And after that, I didn't hear it anymore. That was one occasion. I never heard it again. Thank you, Jesus. I never heard it again, because that's when I was like, I'm busting out my Bible. I'm gonna put it, because we weren't fully unpacked. We weren't fully comfortable yet. We were still in the process of like getting things, you know, to where their places would normally be in the house. So yeah, that was one. And it's like little things here and there in the apartments flick on or like move and fall and just make, you know, creaks of old apartments. So, second instance, and these aren't going to be major stories, you know what I mean? These are just things that I've experienced, little things here and there, you know, if I'm alone or by myself. And my husband's at work most of the time. It's just me and my kids and a dog. So, yeah. I don't know. If you hear somebody talking, it's my son. He's playing in his room. Second instance, I always told my mom, because my abuela passed away about going on 3 years. She went on 3 years, passed away. And I always said, like, I know my abuela's with me. I know, like, her spirit would never harm us, scare us, you know what I mean? I've had dreams about her, and I've always joked around to my mom that I think my abuela hangs out in my kitchen, like her spirit or whatever. You know why? You know why? You wanna know why? Not only because I have a picture of her on my counter over there, I have a blanket that she owned in my apartment. And my dad's not really big on us believing or saying that is, but I always joke around because, like, how do you explain something making a noise that you haven't touched throughout the day? You haven't been to that area in the day. You know what I mean? So there's a pantry, you know, everybody has pantries in their kitchen. Okay, what was I saying? I was talking about the cases of water, right? I keep in my pantry. I drink water. Yes, I drink water, but I stock them in my fridge. So I remember I'm like always sitting here in the living room. Let me fix your hair, mommy. Let me fix your hair. Come here. I'm just gonna put it in a chungo real fast. And so like I said, in my pantry, the waters will be making that crunch noise, like when you pick up a case of waters and you hear the paper like crunch. It sounds like something was like touching or moving around in the water area. And it's like, I've heard this multiple times. And I'm like, well, I'll stay out of my kitchen. I know I have flour in there. I can make tortillas. Because she was, look at my pretty girl. She wants to be in my video. But yeah, the waters would be making noises. Like the noise of like the wrapper around the waters would be making noises. One time I was literally sitting here in the living room watching TV. My husband came in cleaning out the car because he was going to go in Uber. There's the baby's car seat sitting on the floor. He sticks all this stuff in the car seat. So you know how a car seat looks. It's like this. So there's stuff sitting in the car seat. It's not on the edge to where it can fall out, but it was sitting there for like a good hour. I hadn't touched it. I hadn't brushed by it for anyone to be like, oh, well, maybe you touched it. I'm not kidding. So something that was sitting in this car seat, I can't remember what it was. It's like the car seat is like, you know, like a car seat, you know, like how it, like the baby like lays in there like that. I can't, you know what I mean? There's stuff sitting in it, and all of a sudden something just like flops right out of it. It wasn't round. It wasn't a ball. It wasn't leaning on the edge. I'm telling you, like something was like, oh, let me push this out of the car seat and scare the shit out of her. You okay? And yeah. And the next instance, my husband puts my 2 kids to sleep. I put the baby to sleep. So this was not that long ago. It was this year, 2023, that this happened. He was putting him to sleep. The baby was already knocked out. I was already done with the baby. She was in her bed. Like I said before, I get hungry late at night, so we had a thing to where we make sandwiches and we watch some TV and then we go to bed. I go to the kitchen, I'm opening the fridge, and I'm bending over, and I thought I sensed, I didn't hear it, but you know, it's probably our mind play, like I said, our mind plays tricks on us. I had thought I sensed him leave the room, open the door, leave the room, the kids' room, walked behind me and stood there because he likes to scare me late at night. And I was like, babe, like I'm gonna make a sandwich. What do you want in it? I get up and I turn around. I'm like, hello, and nobody's fucking there. You know when you sense somebody's fucking behind you? That was me. And my heart stopped. Because this man was not behind me. Me expecting my big old husband to be behind me. He was not behind me. What, baby? Okay. And he came out of the kids' room shook when I told him this. And he's like, ooh, like somebody was behind you. He's like, maybe it was a ghost. And he likes to mess with me so much. And he's like, well, nobody tells you to watch scary shit. I'm like, it's not even that. Like, I sensed him. I sensed it. Like, or like, our tingling feeling, you know, somebody behind you. And that will forever live on with me. Forever. And it's like, tell me why, like, I just get like that eerie feeling when you're by yourself and the kids are asleep or they're in their room and you just feel like you're not by yourself. And you ignore it and you ignore it, and then you psych yourself out, you get scared, and you start hearing shit and trying to explain to yourself like, oh, it must have been the dog. Oh, it must have been our kid. And you're like, it wasn't. But yeah, those are my few freaky moments that I've had here in the apartment. And it scares me, like it still scares me to this day, because somebody broke into our old car, and our car is literally a few feet away from our door of the apartment. There's the patio, and then our car sits right there. And the fact that we didn't hear the alarm go off, we didn't hear our door open because it makes a certain sound when you open the door. They had the nerve to steal my son's backpack. And that is just sad. Out of all things, I didn't keep things in my car. But you know what's crazy is that my wallet was in the car. My wallet had money in the car. It had my kid's social, my ID, and it was sitting right there on the floor. Wasn't touched. Wasn't even opened. Like, it's insane. So just the fact that things like that is going on, I want to get out of this neighborhood so bad. And apparently somebody died in the apartment next door to me. And I don't know. But yeah. That is my short little creepy experiences I've had, to sum it up, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was pretty much it. Let me know if y'all enjoyed my video, if y'all enjoyed seeing Mila just hang out with us in the video, and if y'all want to hear more stories, just like I said, let me know in the comments down below, and we will do that just for y'all. Say bye. Say bye, everybody. Say subscribe, like. I want to say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.